When you hear the name ND, you automatically think of all the tech that they put out into the market, whether it be bite alarms, head torches, bivvy lights, sounder boxes, receivers, and everything that connects into one cohesive unit. But what I've got with me today actually has zero electrics whatsoever. It's a new landing net. So here are 5 things you need to know about New Direction's new quick release landing net. So what makes this landing net stand out from everybody else's on the market? Because to all intents and purposes, this looks exactly the same as a lot of other nets on the market. You've got handle, net float, spreader block, arms, and mesh to land the fish, of course, but you may have noticed something dangling here. Now, this is where ND have put their own little twist on, obviously something that everybody has in their arsenal when they go fishing. One of the issues with some nets on the market, I'm not going to say all, is the collapsing down of the actual arms when you've caught a fish or at the end of a session. Some nets are very stiff to put into position and can be a bit of a pain in the arse. So whether you either struggle with that or you're just someone that generally has a bit of a disability when it comes to collapsing these down, this could be your saviour, because this is a little ratchet. So at the moment, I've got the net cord nice and tight. On here is a little quick release. As you just saw, it released the cord, and it's made it nice and supple at the top end. And even more, if I release that and pull even more, make it nice and slack. So now those arms basically just fall out. Put it back into position like so, but obviously that's too floppy to land a fish. So pull the string, and it's now taut up the string at the very end. So it's now into a usable net when landing fish. So, like I said, if you're someone that struggles to collapse down a net under tension like this, that's exactly what that's for, making it relaxed, and you can collapse it down. Quite handy. Now, when it comes to the materials of the net, you want them to be bang on, because other than the important part of hooking the fish, the next important thing is landing it. So you need something strong and reliable, and they haven't skimped when it comes to the materials used. So the handle itself and the net arms are both made of a strong carbon composite. Natural characteristics of carbon is that it's lightweight and rigid, so it really does feel nice and firm in the hand, but being very lightweight as well, so it doesn't weigh much at all. Now, moving down onto the handle, at the very bottom, we've got a little metal cap at the end, and then probably a good 1.5 foot of Japanese shrink wrap, so it's really nice and grippy down this end of the net. A few little touches of silver whipping sort of round little parts of the net. I'm not really sure like where it joins there. It actually collapses down, so if I just twist that slightly, I can collapse that right down, twist again, and it's now half the length. So this packs down really nice and small. So if you have like a small setup like I do, I brought my 9-foot scopes with me today, this packed down into the rod bag and slotted down into the pouch that is dedicated for nets and didn't stick out. So it does pack down nice and small, but just put that back up to full size. And as I said, the net arms themselves are made of a carbon composite as well. Got these little buttons which hold the net in place, so when you're tightening and slackening off the net, it doesn't move the net around. That's really easy to use. I've already touched upon that. And then probably the main stress point of any net is the spreader block, and this is made of aluminium, so you can rest assured that's never going to break down or wear over time. Now, another little thing to pick up on, I'll just slacken that off again so I can remove it, is just inside here you've actually got a notch or a grooved shaped section to where the arm goes into the spreader block, and that, once goes in, means that it can't spin, the net arms can't spin at all. So that's quite a nice little feature. It keeps this quick release function in the nice position that it can't ever sort of spin round into the inside or upside down. It stays in position, everything locks solid nicely. So yeah, all round, can't knock it for the materials. If you're enjoying this video and much more that we put out, then please make sure you subscribe to us and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. And also follow us on all the social media platforms coming up on the bottom of your screen right now. Let's get back into it. Now, the mesh is also nice and deep. If I just rest that just slightly on the floor, it comes up to just above my waist. So a good 3 and a bit foot. If a fish is nesting in the bottom of that, got well over 3 feet of it to just settle nicely, safely in the margin once you've just caught a fish, so you can sort everything else out. Now, the mesh itself is actually made of a dark green hexagonal sort of pattern, so it's nice and easy for the water to flow in and out. It doesn't get too heavy, and it's nice and easy to move around in the water. You've also got a little very subtle ND logo at the front where the stitching is ever so slightly sort of darker, more of a black colour. And also you can change the shape of this mesh ever so slightly with the use of the tension setup. As you see, I just brought the arms closer together, made that nice and tight. Slacken it off slightly. I can still keep some tension in there if I want it slightly wider, and of course you can go all that way out, then it goes a bit floppy. So you can actually adjust this mesh as easy as that. So when it comes to actually landing the fish, you can rest assured they're going to sit nice and safely at the bottom of this mesh. Well, excuse the continuity error because I've actually finished filming this net for the day, but this seems rather fitting to put in after talking about the mesh. Syndicate hadn't done a fish for 3 weeks. So ND, I hope you're happy. I'll put your net to good use on my first trip back in 2 months. Happy man. Very happy with that. Quick little work trip to film the net, stick the rods out for a bonus bite, and I got that bonus bite. 23.10. Very, very welcome for a lake that hasn't done a fish for 3 weeks. I'll take that. Just getting back. So there's actually no need for any kind of accessories because once you buy this net, everything you need is included. So to start with, you've actually got a stink bag. This doubles up as a stink bag. A couple of extra little pockets on the outside, so if you wanted to strap something to the outside of this, you can do. But yeah, a nice little bag, nice and simple to keep it all held together. Undo the top, which as you see, it rolls up slightly and then Velcro shut, so that keeps all the smell on the inside. Comes with a net float, so often this is an added extra you've got to buy separately, but because it comes with that, that's nice and handy, saves you having to go out and buy a separate one, and this just stops your net from sinking. When you're waiting to net fish, you by yourself perhaps, and you just let the net sit there, it's not going to sink. Now I'm going to quickly set this back up, just in case I do get a bite on this session, because I don't fancy my chances of landing one of the whackers in here without a net set up. Handle, as you've already seen, I've told you about the materials, packs down half size, so that's it down in its packed down state. But just twist it slightly, extend it, and tighten it up like so. Now the net as well, you've seen, I'll just unravel that, pop it in, like so, and we're good to go. And as quick as that, just pull this cord. So you've seen from pack down to set up, already done in the space of a few seconds. Now obviously I need to put the net float back on. But nice and simple, slot it on the end, all the way up, loop through, and Velcroed into position. So yeah, no need to get any kind of accessories. You've got your float, your handle, your net, and a stink bag all in one. And lastly, the price. And just like with everything else, ND, it's easy to get your hands on and it's budget friendly. Easy to get your hands on because you just go over to Amazon, a few clicks and it's on its way. And it's budget friendly because this comes in at just £79. And remember, that includes the net float, the stink bag / carry bag, and the net itself with the innovation. So a really good price point, I think you'll agree. For more information on this and everything else from ND, please do head over to their New Direction website, and please make sure you subscribe to us and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads from us. But that is it from me for now, so cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon.